And joining me in the studio is our International Affairs Editor, Kethevane Gorjestani. Kethevane, are these fears of a regional war legitimate?
Well, look, this is not the first time that there are these talks or these fears of an escalation of a broader regional war, because basically Hezbollah and Israel have been in a sort of sustained state of tension since October 7th. These strikes, tit-for-tat strikes, almost happening daily, but every time there's a sort of extra step taken, there are these fears that this could lead to that full-out war. It was true back in January when Israel killed a Hamas leader in Beirut, in Lebanon. It was true back in April. That's when the Israelis targeted an Iranian consulate in Damascus in Syria, which led to Iran for the first time throwing that barrage of missiles at Israel. But in all these occasions, you saw that, yes, you had these fears of escalation, but every time you see all of these sides basically agreeing on one thing, that they themselves do not want this to turn into a regional conflict. Hezbollah has said it, Israel has said it, but at the same time, they've also both said, we are ready for war if it needs to happen. And in the comments from Israeli officials, they've said that they're going to hit back hard. They're going to choose when and where. And really, this is about the calculation. How do you respond without starting this regional war? Hezbollah knows that very well. They've already evacuated parts of that border. Also, the Lebanese have sort of canceled some flights. So everyone is sort of waiting to see what exactly will happen, what the Israelis are going to decide. And Hezbollah did give a message to the Israelis saying, basically, we know you're going to answer, but just don't go too far in your response. And Israel knows also that when they deal with this axis of resistance, which are all the Iranian-backed groups in the region, Hezbollah is not Hamas. Hezbollah is much more powerful than Hamas, and they have weaponry that Hamas doesn't have. They have missiles that could basically reach almost anywhere in Israel. So Israel has to calculate that also in its response, but you're seeing the international community reacting to this. The Americans, the Europeans, the Lebanese government, leaders in the Middle East, because if everyone knows that everyone agrees they don't want a regional war, they also know that when you respond, there's always the possibility of miscalculation, and that is what everybody fears, that there will be a response at some point, someone is going to miscalculate, and that will force the other side to respond in a full-blown way, and that could lead to a full-blown war.